What is up? What is up? What is up, people? Hey, 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 hey. What up? What up? What up? All that good shit. What's up, people? We are here for another week of our panel discussion for Tyler Perry's Ruthless. It's about to go down today. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about some things, break some things down. We are going to be talking about plastic peen at some point. Stay tuned. We will be talking about that too. But I got some friends. I got to bring my friends back up so we can talk about it, get it down, get it cracking. So we bring this young man up. We got this young man. Talk to the people.
What's up, everybody? And what's up to my Facebook group? As you know, 20,000 strong and growing. And I got some special shout outs to Peaches, Najima, Ray Ray's Ribs on 27th Ave, on 22nd Street in the Flea Market, USA. What's up, fam? Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get
Closed.
it.
Like the flea market been closed for a little minute now.
And he was up the street where it used to be at.
Okay. Okay. Oh man, we don't call out the whole fam, the whole neighborhood that been called out. We have a new guest today. Let's say hi to this young lady right here.
What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Tika Deshawn. That's right. I am here for this amazing Ruthless conversation. Thank you guys so much for having me be a part of this panel. And I'm just ready to get into it. Shout out to my 23K members over at Facebook, baby. Shout out to my members over there at IG, baby. We win it. Okay, let's go. And I'm from Miami too, so I know how it goes down.
Oh, Miami 305, we are representing. Come through 305. They don't know about it. They don't know about it.
Yes,
305 represent. We all from Miami here. And back here, we have this young lady back again. How are you, ma'am?
How you doing, family? Shout out to my St. Louis people. Hey, I don't have that many followers because I'm not on Facebook a lot other than couponing, but hey.
Hey, Tamiko, this is about Ruthless. We will be talking about Ruthless season 3, episode 6. We're here for it, here for all of it. We're going to have a good time today. All right. Hey, now. Hey to the now. So, did y'all enjoy, just overall, did you enjoy this episode? Now, I know episode 5 was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And I expected a filler episode after episode, because episode 5, they took us some places. You know what I'm saying? So I fully expected there to be a little bit of a lull, and there was a little bit, but it was still good, and they were still maintaining. But you know, I expected a filler. How did y'all feel about episode 6? Anybody, somebody, everybody.
All right, you gotta go in order now. Come on now.
Jump in, ain't no order.
I'll go ahead and start. I got a big mouth anyway. I appreciate episode 6 simply because of the fact that it was filled with a lot of unanswered questions. I won't break down the details just yet. I'll let us get to that part. But it was absolutely, I enjoyed it. Filled with a lot of unanswered questions.
Okay. Go ahead, Jeanette. You on my team. Go ahead, Jeanette.
It was good because I was really shocked to see how quickly Malcolm jumped to Lynn after being with Sarah. I'm like, wow. And to find out he has a habit and everything, like, wow. So, yeah. Because I'm like, what?
I will say that I had continued to say, we've been 5 episodes and didn't hear nothing about what was going on in DC with all of the DC people. And I kept saying, well, what is going on with the people back in DC? And we finally started to get answers to some of those questions. So I was glad about that. Jeff, what you got to say?
I mean, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly. I wasn't surprised with Malcolm and Lynn. Lynn, she's nuts. We truly seen her addiction at its worst. I think before we saw glimpses of it, we never saw her in character, but now we're truly seeing how deep she is. And I never knew Malcolm was such a cokehead, but okay. River,
right?
And about River. Remember we talked about El Teddy with River and what's your girl name?
Joan.
No, not Joan.
Zayn.
Yeah. I kind of felt like, I don't know if he's interested in her or if he's just making sure that, well,
I think he's the baby daddy.
Say it again.
I think he's the baby daddy. She said she was pregnant a while back.
Zayn.
Okay. Go back. Season 1, they brought in that new group of people.
I forgot about that.
But see,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. When did she say
all about that?
See, you didn't catch that. You thought I was crazy, El Teddy. I was trying to tell you. I say he's taking extra care. It really didn't make sense for him to be giving her all this information and saying, Ruth, go check on her. Something's wrong. But he really didn't explain to Ruth what it was he was looking for. Like, come on now.
You cannot make me believe that River is not down there to the Rainbow Coalition compound.
Okay, it doesn't matter. He's there for the money. Okay? He said, he's sick in the head, so he's there for the money. Come on. Whether or not he swings both ways, he's there for the money. Root cause. And if Zayn is pregnant, that's going to cause an interest in her well-being.
Yep.
Interesting.
They're looking to see if there's some pregnant women on the compound.
They are.
Right. I bet you Zayn gonna be one of them.
Well, the episode was titled Punishment and Games. We saw the punishment. I guess we saw the games too, because people play games, and the highest was playing games, and Daikon was playing games. We'll get there. So we start off. Let's dive right in. We start off where we left off. They down there in front of the punishment trailer. You got Daikon, you got Andrew, you got the highest. They had that whole conversation at the end of last episode where, we need you to prove your loyalty. Get this gun. Here's the gun. You go in there. It's one of them is the agent. You know it ain't Lacey. You know it ain't Oliver. Shoot her. Shoot whoever it is. The other person is. And so the highest tells them to do that. But just before that, they have this long drawn out scene. But then the highest says, wait. Didn't we question him before we kill him? And they were like, yes, that's good. And magically, conveniently, through the magical world of Tyler Perry, Andrew doesn't now have to kill Brian. And so the highest says, we'll torture him, we'll question him. I'll meet y'all at the torture trailer. I didn't even know there was a torture trailer. I guess that's where they had Melinda. I guess the torture trailer is where Elder Mother took Melinda when she was electrocuting her. So I guess
they have more than one. They have more than one punishment trailer.
Right.
Because I thought it was just a punishment trailer. I didn't know there was a punishment trailer and a torture trailer.
Right.
The highest say, meet me down here to the torture trailer. They say, okay. And then the highest leaves and goes to the torture trailer. Now, my question is this. It was too, it makes sense to me that they questioned him, but why wasn't that the first thing first? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I feel like you wouldn't want to kill him, to begin with. Why not just take him to the torture trailer up first and say, hey, Brian, to prove to us that you're not really the dude, I need you to torture him and start chopping off fingers and digits and stuff like that. I don't know.
The highest is all about mind games. It's about control. He has the power over everybody. He really was trying to see how loyal Andrew, once again, really is. That's just how the highest thinks. He and Daikon are almost like 1-1 sometimes, because as you can see, they're always testing Andrew. No matter how much he proves himself, he's always being tested. So with the highest, it's just a bunch of mind games. It's control. Let me see how much I can really get you to do for me. So that's what I think.
And I'm quite sure it's got to be hard for Andrew to watch his fellow agent being tortured without him blowing his cover and everything like that.
I don't know what to think about Andrew. I think he's kind of lost it. He's lost me because he's had several times to back out, to say, listen, I got enough information. People are dying. He can leave the compound anytime he wants now. So he's had opportunities to check in with Mac, who I think is kind of suspect now. You know, so I don't know how to feel about Andrew. I feel he's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
The thing about Andrew is, too, the reason that Daikon, it makes sense for Daikon and the highest to continue to question him is Daikon, the highest, and Elder Mother got years in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where they
right.
can trust each other. Whereas Andrew ain't been there that long, and he's had a real quick rise in power. You know, so it makes sense for them to continue to test him and say, "Hey, we need to just make sure, just making sure." But my other question is, y'all always tested Andrew, ain't nobody testing River. No, there's no
Right.
testing of
So
River.
Torture.
I mean, yeah.
Say it again. I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
No, she said River's getting tortured.
He is getting tortured. And do we know how long he's been there? I don't know how long he's been there, actually.
I think
You
he
know,
said he's been there for a while.
yeah,
I'm
so
speculate. He's been there
Oh,
for
I
a while.
didn't think River had been there that long. Okay.
right. So we don't
Because
know how
if
long
you
he's been there.
remember, if you remember at the very beginning of season one, River wasn't there. At the very River came toward the tail end of season one. At the beginning of season one, River wasn't there.
But
And then all of a sudden we saw River, and that's when Daikon started to get upset
but
and about his presence.
El Teddy, it really doesn't matter because he's got the highest interest. So he gets the pass. And like now people are on his ass, but in the past, he was up under the highest arm. So no one could touch him. So really no one was digging into him. No one was gonna touch him.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
think
And he's the one
after William got killed, that's when River became the highest next in line boy to mess with. Because River's
Yeah.
job was to inform the new recruits of the rules and the bylaws and read the books and stuff going on like that, letting them know what's going on. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say because like she said, bringing in the new recruits, bringing in the new booty. That was River's job, and the highest approval. I said what I said, and the highest
You
approval.
ain't wrong now. You are not wrong.
I'm talking about, but that's what what William was to the highest, and he was responsible for the highest with the boys. Like she said, when William died, River had to take on the rest of the ill treatment that the highest was already probably giving out to somebody else.
Mm.
So he could have been in there a year or 2 years just to get to that question in the mind of Tyler Perry.
In the mind of Tyler Perry, in the Tyler Perry magical world. So, so then Daikon and Andrew, they go inside the punishment trailer. Andrew, they have this dialogue. They put because Brian and Oliver had the bags back over their head, and so Andrew was like, "They're loose, they're loose." How he saw that, I don't have no idea. Mind you, I'm still mad at the fact that they were able to get loose with a knife from metal shackles. Did you see what I was talking about, Jeff? Those shackles was all metal.
I saw it.
It was, so I'm like, how is a knife able to get y'all loose from?
Okay, can I answer that right quick?
Yes, please.
If you have handcuffs, they have a locking mechanism in them.
Right, but he never stuck it in there.
You didn't see
He
it.
was jiggling it. You got to use the imagination. Come on,
Yeah,
now.
but they didn't show it. They didn't show.
No. Go back. I went back and watched. If you go back and watch, all he did was cut that, because remember they had like the ropes on them, and they had the shackles and the thing. He just cut that, and then magically there was in order for that to work, he would have to stick the knife into where the key goes, and try to jimmy that open or whatever. That never happened, but whatever. I'm accepting. They shackled them back because they're loose. They're loose. Look at him. He got a knife in his hand or whatever.
Well, the way he saw that they were loose is that stupid Lacey didn't have her cuffs hidden. If you look on the ground,
Lacey get on my nerves. She get on my nerves.
Why do y'all come for Lacey?
I love Lacey.
I can't stand her.
She should be blunt. Sorry.
Why y'all hating on Lacey? Blame all of it. That poor woman got raped mercilessly. Okay. She gets a pass. Give her a pass.
Her back on, pretend like however, and hers are wide open. And Andrew, being FBI, is very observant. He gonna see what he see. I don't know how he saw the knife. I still can't
Now
explain
that's my question. How did you see the knife? Because the knife wasn't like out and open.
Right.
Like, girl, unless he knew now, maybe because they're, from the same unit, he knows he got a knife. He keep a knife on him. I know Brian keep a knife on him. And so maybe that's how he knew. I don't know. But they put them back in the shackles and the handcuffs, and then they take Brian down to the punishment trailer. Before we get to the not punishment trailer, torture trailer. Before we get to the torture trailer, now we get the scene we were talking about with River and Zayn. Where River goes up to Zayn and he's like, "What is wrong? What is the problem? Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing the problem. I'm good." And he tells her that Lacey and Oliver are there, but not. And she says, "Well, is Paul here? No, Paul ain't here. Maybe she got away. We don't know. She ain't here." And
Right.
so, and she doesn't tell him, and you could tell she's not herself. She's, she's disheveled a little bit. She's kind of, erratic. And so he's like something that she won't tell him nothing, and that does disturb River. Y'all just really blew my mind with this whole River busting down Zayn and her being pregnant with his child, perhaps, and him even liking the cooch and the cooter, because I swear he's a part of the Rainbow Coalition. But that's a whole other story.
Right.
He could be a part of the Rainbow Coalition. However, River is a con artist by nature. River is going to do
so what would
he
he have to gain from having sex with Zayn? Like, what would he get from having sex with Zayn, though, and having a baby by her?
Just something to do. They had nothing to do on the Rockadoosh compound. That's where I come with it. Everybody's having sex on the Rockadoosh compound.
Yes, everybody. And you assuming, El Ted, you assuming. Like, come on now.
I probably am assuming, but
that's that bias in you. I told you about that.
That's this impeccable gaydar I have over here. That's what this is. The impeccable.
It don't work on Ruthless. It don't work on Ruthless. It don't work on Ruthless. It don't work on Ruthless.
Right, because look at Daikon. In love with the highest, but still had sex with Ruth. And who else did he have sex with?
Oh, I can see that in Daikon. That makes perfect sense.
Okay. So
I saw that. That made perfect sense for me.
It's possible for any of them.
Perfect sense. Let me ask y'all this, because we never really they don't do a whole lot with Zayn this episode. Do you think Zayn is ever going to break? Because later on she does talk to Ruth and she doesn't tell Ruth anything either when Ruth asks her, is she okay? Because River told me you were not okay. Do you think she's going to break and tell anybody that she's been raped twice at this point by Manny?
She may go. I think she's gonna go look for Lacey. Maybe. It wouldn't benefit her to tell anybody that she got raped, because that's just gonna come back on her. So that wouldn't make, outside of telling the Ruth maybe or River, that wouldn't benefit her to tell anybody.
Right.
Who's she gonna tell? Elder Mother and get punished? No.
Yeah, because they're gonna say that you brought it on yourself, that you brought some temptation to them or something. It's gonna be something. Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to eventually put together that Manny killed Melinda, even though, and I think Zayn is going to end up either figuring it out or Manny. Oh, Manny did tell her. I forgot.
He did.
Manny told her that he killed Melinda. So to me, I think, because remember, Elder Mother was really concerned about what happened to Melinda, and things like that. So I think that could, and I think all of that is going to come to a head, because remember, Manny is going to be looking after Ruth now, and all of that is, I think eventually all of that is going to come to a head, because now, Jeff, you disagree. I think he might try Ruth. Manny to me is not wrapped tightly.
What we talking about?
Manny trying Ruth.
No. He's not. He could listen. He's not a fool. He just acts a fool. He's not going to mess with a top tier person. With Ruth is a top tier person. He's not. That's going to draw too many eyes.
But if you're bold enough to literally murder someone and just leave them there, thinking
because she was a
nobody's gonna
nobody.
find out.
She was a nobody. Okay, that's why he can try Zayn, Zayn is pulling her on now, but she's still a nobody. You know what I mean? He's not gonna mess with Ruth when there's so
We
many
don't mess
other.
with Ruth.
Yeah,
Well,
he's not
first
gonna mess with Ruth.
we got to see if Manny even get past the cleansing, first of all. Because in order for him to guard Ruth, he's going to have to cleanse. So we got to see if he even passed that test.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
And for the people watching, can we get a breakdown, El Teco being cleansed for the viewers watching? Can we get a breakdown of a thorough cleansing?
A thorough cleansing. Hold on.
Meaning that they have to sleep with the highest, and he has to, I guess, penetrate them to put his seed into them.
They got to get their back blown out by Tyrone.
Yes, that's what they mean by
Tyrone
cleansing.
has them put footprints on ceilings while he's blowing their back out.
Do you remember the episode when he asked Oliver, when Zycon asked Oliver, has the highest cleansed you yet? And I'm like, no, what is that?
and plant his seed.
I'm sorry.
He plants his seed in them, and then when they do the coordination, they seed the woman from his seed. That is crazy as hell. I'm sorry, y'all.
I mean, if you're now, y'all might say I'm wrong, but if you're Ruth, that might not be the first time you've been in a whole room full of. I mean, she was a whole whore, so she's probably accustomed to being in a room.
She had no idea that that's what took place in the coordination. Remember, she had no idea that's what took place in the coordination like that. Yeah.
Meanwhile, down to the torture trailer. The highest is in there getting disrobed because he don't want to get his priestly garments, dirty and sullied with the blood of this man. So I feel like Tyrone takes every opportunity he can to show his body and flex on y'all because he's had dramatic changes in his body between seasons 1 and 9. Like, bruh must have lived in the gym. Get out the gym. Have a Twinkie. Okay? Eat a good meal, please. Because I swear, bruh is eating celery sticks and tofu and living in the gym all day. I said, dear God above. Anyway, so he says he goes through that whole song and dance with Brian says, listen, I'm chopping off one finger at a time. You tell me when I'm done with the fingers, I'm going to the toes. And when I'm finished with the toes, he said, you know what a maker stick is?
Yeah, his maker stick.
I said, you know what? You could have wrote better than that. You should have had somebody else consult you. Because you could have wrote that. I could have helped you, Tyler, right better than that. I'm just saying. But anyway, they was going to the maker stick next. And then he cuts off bruh's finger. Because he asked him, who is the person? He said, we tried to get somebody in here and we just weren't able to. And he cuts off the finger, chop with a little. And there was real easy. This is some common scissors. It's not that easy to cut off a finger with scissors. You got to go through flesh and bone to cut. And he was just like, nope, there you go. And then we saw prosthetic peen. It was real plastic, real fake, and real prosthetic. It looked like the same peen that they had on Andrew when
Andrew's was a little bit longer.
That thing had some length and girth to it. That thing was hanging a little bit.
I'm sorry. I hope that on you all right, Jeff? See, I can't talk like this in my Facebook group because we get shut down. So
Jeff is perfectly fine. Please be clear. Jeff is perfectly fine.
I'm getting so many outside messages on like the shocked face. I feel like I'm working a register.
Listen, I think because Tyler Perry don't spend a lot of money, even though I think his budget for prosthetics peens is higher than his budget for wigs, because we could tell he'll never have no good wigs. But
right.
Spend money.
The highest got the best wig on the compound.
He do have the best wig out there.
Season 3, Ruth hair was slayed, like makeup, hair, like what's up? Like
who else looked better this season? Who else Joan looks a lot better this season. She done had somebody do them good eyebrows. She done got some good makeup and contour and foundation. because
She got
Mama
her
was looking a
glasses.
goddamn mess last season.
Right.
It's a damn mess. But this season, I see you, Joan. Girl, them checks coming through. Bitch, you better cash
They
them
ought to pay them all the crap they have to go through. They better pay them something.
right.
Right.
It's a little too much.
So
But
we
I
had a
want to say, I was gonna
prosthetic
say, can I say
team.
something? Oh, there you go. You enjoying that prosthetic peen. Go ahead.
I really am flopping around everywhere.
So when they made Jay and the lady, I guess, do the sex thing, somebody said that they showed his ping, on that one.
Who?
The episode when the highest called out Jay and the lady and
And
had
they
him.
had,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It was,
yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
briefly, yeah. He made them have sex in front of
yeah, that was a
everybody.
real peen. That was a real peen that time.
Okay, because somebody said that was a real
And
one
in
there.
episode 1 with the little boy, that elder mother was snatching around from episode 1 to season 3, that was a real peen too. That wasn't prosthetic.
And also the one with Daikon was in the trailer with Ruth when she was whooping punching the one, and he was doing, I guess, jacking out while he was doing it. I think that was real too.
I'm gonna have to go back and see,
I mean, because wouldn't
just for
erect penis,
scientific purposes, for
an
journalistic
erect
integrity.
penis would be porn, okay? So I doubt they're gonna. You can't have an erect penis, a real one, because that would be porn. So
That's
no.
probably
Yeah,
how they get
I'll go back and check for journalistic purposes and journalistic integrity.
Listen, if you ask Blue Kimball and you ask Jamie Calica if it was real, they're gonna say it was theirs. I already tried to get that question in. They said it was real. They said it was theirs, and that's it. We know.
My
But
question: I'm still mad at the fact, and this is just a sidebar, but we got all this ping floating around on Ruthless and on P Valley when Murder finally was butt ass naked and had been talking all about how big his junk was. We didn't get nothing, but that's a whole nother story and a whole nother sidebar. Shout out to P Valley that's coming back. I think there's something.
right.
Anyway, so Brian finally, Andrew stops the madness. Why he didn't chime in before the man got his whole finger chopped off is beyond my level of comprehension. But he
Can I say
finally,
this?
uh-huh.
As a soldier, as a agent, and I guess to make it as realistic as possible, those people are they're taught to be tortured. That's just what they do. Now the test is to see how strong you actually are during the time of being tortured. So now if
Brian.
if Brian doesn't reveal anything, as you can see, he started slowly but surely started leaking stuff like, okay, no, I don't have a wife. Yeah, I do have a wife. You know what I mean? But Andrew, on the other hand, is like, even though I'm on the fence about Andrew as well, but he was like, if I say something, I'm really gonna blow my cover. They're
And
already
the other thing I think he knew he had to jump in because Brian he was about to give. You could tell
when he mentioned
Brian wasn't gonna make it. He was not gonna make it. And so Andrew said, let me stop the madness now. Let me stop the proverbial bleeding. And said, listen, what if he got a wife and that's because that's when Daikon was like, yeah, oh, that's your wife. She did try to come in. Because the highest asked him, did she try to come in? Well, what happened? And so Andrew said, that's probably the person he's talking about. Maybe they didn't get him in. And so that's how they got it to stop. Because both Daikon and the highest believed, oh, well, maybe he is telling the truth. Maybe they did try to get somebody in with the lid and they didn't get her.
Right.
So
he had to slow down some kind of way, because if not, they'd have been on finger number 2.
Oh yeah. Listen, because you saw the highest had that look in his face. He was in the trance. He was in that zone. He was going for blood, like he was out there in the woods where he was killing them people. He was full fledged. He was there. He was there. I was like, bro, tone it down, dial it down. He was here for it. I don't know, but that stopped the torturing. Praise God.
But my thing is now that since Andrew made the comment that he think his wife may be the agent they was trying to get in there, I believe they're gonna probably end up torturing Lynn too. And she may not even know her husband is
Oh
dead.
no, Andrew ain't gonna have it no other way. Andrew gonna make sure that Malcolm gets his back blown out before he leaves that compound. Please be clear. Please
That's
be
right.
clear.
That's right.
Malcolm over there smiling at Andrew, and Andrew looking like, bruh. Just say, what you think,
Yeah,
bruh? You
yeah.
just wait till you get this good back blown out. Daikon, going on over there. Handle that.
Right, because they both there thinking that they gonna go up there to get some of the good drugs. They really don't have no idea what that cult is about. They thinking that, oh, we just gonna come here. They got the best drugs we gonna get there, score some drugs, and this and
Um,
that. They just don't know.
I had a question. Did Malcolm know? Did Malcolm know that Andrew was at the compound? Because he seemed surprised when Lynn was just like, "Oh yeah, that there's an agent
I
at the
feel like he knew
compound." But
because
no,
remember when they were in Mac's office, they discussed Andrew because Mac discussed when it came out that Malcolm was sleeping with Andrew's wife. Mac talked about Andrew being on assignment at the compound. So I feel like Malcolm
okay.
knew
So if Malcolm knew, there's a
because
reason
Malcolm
why.
came right out and said, "Oh, you mean the Rakadushis?" Remember he called it right
Right.
out.
But when
Um,
she said Andrew is there, and he was like, "Oh," he did one of these like, "Oh," you know what I mean?
I
I
think
don't
it could
know.
have been one
remember,
or two things.
Malcolm knew because remember when Andrew came home and called his wife and Malcolm together, and he told Mac that he had to show proof that he killed Sarah. He's like,
Mhm.
I gotta show, I gotta have it staged to where it look like she's dead and everything like that, and take proof back that I killed her. And Malcolm was there with handcuffs, so he knew he was at that compound.
Mhm.
I'm with you. I believe he knew, but I'm just trying to see why was he acting shocked in front
I
of
think it could have been two
Lynn?
reasons. One, he could have been high as all holy hell and forgot. And when she said, he could have been like, "Oh yeah," you know what I'm saying? Or it could have been, more so of training where they're
Yeah.
not supposed to, Now, if you know and you bring it to my attention, then maybe I can kind of be like, "Oh, okay," but you're not supposed to just offer up that information because it could compromise not just that person, but the whole, sting or whatever. So I think it could be a combination of that. But you got to
Because
remember,
go ahead, go ahead.
magical world of Tyler Perry.
But Malcolm knew where the Rakadushi compound was because
Mhm.
remember he went back and told Mac that Sarah was at the front gate. So he knew. He knew
So,
where the Rakadushi compound was.
so, and to my point, I think he's going there for more than just to get high. Then I think he has some kind of plan.
He said, "I'm going there to fuck with Andrew."
He going to
Okay,
mess
no,
with
I
Andrew.
see that, but it's got to be more than that. You know what I mean? I don't know what
I
I want
don't
to know
think
what
it's
his
any
plan
more than him wanting to go there and fuck with Andrew.
Yeah, because he don't know Brian is there. He don't know they got Brian captive there, and even
Listen,
Lynn don't even know.
So
I'm
I guess he wouldn't really know what's actually. I guess he really
And he
doesn't
would
know
have no
about
idea
the
what's going on
yeah
inside.
other than drugs and stuff. Okay.
hoping he would have common sense and snap out of the cocaine powder mode and say, "Oh, I still got a job with the FBI. Let me at least try to do my job." But
Really,
the
if you,
vengeance, he's so mad with Andrew, you don't really know what his true intentions are right
I
now.
mean, it's all just a bunch of mess because the fact that he still has a job with the
Right.
FBI is beyond my
He
entire
may have
level of
something on Mac.
comprehension.
He may have something on Mac to where he can keep a job.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
Yep.
think I don't know. Remember I was talking about. I think Mac. I think Mac's getting some hush money. I don't know. I just feel like
I think
Mac
Mac is a part of this whole thing with the
he's turning the blind
senator,
eye, right? Right, he
with
turning the
the
blind eye.
senators and
I just feel
everything.
like he just being kind of nonchalant. Remember, he had the
Mhm.
sheriff, Mac.
But see, he's
That
too
would make
busy
sense.
listening to Andrew. Give me more time. I just need one more week. If you really want to react, you're gonna react, regardless of what your agent on the inside is saying. So also there's something up with Mac. I keep yelling, where the heck is Mac? And I keep saying he's just standing up there looking at the lost people board, not doing any work. Cause that's it.
right. Yeah, cause he tried to take Sarah to his house. Like, you come to my house and stay here and everything.
But he has a
And
wife. He has a wife too now. So,
right,
you know.
Like everything that Mac does makes no sense to me. If you're supposed to be this figurehead leader or whatever it is in the FBI, this higher up, where did you get training from? Like, who hired you and how did you get here?
right. So now you have a agent missing. Brian hasn't checked in, so that should be a red flag right there. He hasn't checked in anything.
A
You know,
mess,
yeah.
Yep.
a
3
damn
agents
mess.
off the wall, just off the chain, doing whatever.
But you know what I think will be a good plot twist if they had another undercover agent that even Andrew didn't know was there that can
That would be now.
infiltrate.
That would be a good one.
If they had another
That
undercover agent there that we
I
least
could see that.
suspected to where it brought everything down, and just in case Andrew got ratted out,
Just in
they have
case
a backup agent there.
that Andrew didn't even know about.
Hey,
That would make sense.
hey,
Yeah, that would be a
call,
good plot twist there.
call me crazy. Oh, this person keep calling me. Call me crazy. The new elder mother. Listen,
The elder mother, as I call her.
listen.
Aunt Etta. Aunt Etta.
Karen. Elder mother Karen.
Which that's her name?
Karen.
Karen.
Karen. She
I
Karen. She
don't think
took my
I didn't know we got her name. I never remember hearing her
Me
name.
either. I
Yeah.
didn't know her name was Karen either.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's when I forgot who she was talking to, but somebody actually called her name. I would have to go back and look, but I know
Oh,
and
okay.
no, I think it was in the ending credits. Check the ending credits.
Oh, because I
They
was
not-
calling her ugly elder mother.
listen, her name is Karen.
Wait a minute.
When she was talking to Marva, she was having these conversations. Like, I felt like she was getting information, getting to know her. How would you feel about Karen being an undercover agent?
I feel like she too old, but
Oh,
man, who
but
knows? I don't know. It could be. I don't know. She could be. I
don't know. I just got a
but
vibe.
she's been there for a while because apparently she's the one who takes care of the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we haven't seen her simply because they don't focus a lot on the kids. We really don't see the kids a lot. So that was her thing. Her thing is to take care of the kids. So if she is undercover, she'd have been there for a while because Elder Mother and her.
It was just a thought because she's under the radar. She kind of knows the ins and outs.
But her Elder Mother spoke to being there because remember, Elder Mother was like, "We know we've been here for for a long time. So if she is on the inside, she's been doing that for a few years now."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just had that vibe. I don't care.
We'll figure it out.
At this rate, day and age, anything's possible. Anyone can be FBI.
This is Tyler, and we know at Tyler Perry, you can get shot at point blank range by a shotgun and still live without any bullet wounds, without any grazes, without any wounds whatsoever. See,
Shout out
Catherine
to
Cryer
Paula.
and Jim Cryer.
Yeah.
Listen, if Wyatt Cryer had 1,000 lives, anybody could live on the Rockabouche Company.
Listen, I'm telling you, even with fake plastic guns or bullets or whatever, when Catherine Cryer and Jim Cryer got shot at point blank range, and then they was alive with nothing out, you know what? Anyway, ugly Elder Mother and Elder Mother Supreme.
Listen, what you're not gonna do is disrespect Elder Mother Karen.
You don't even know her name.
Played by the amazing Tanea Stewart, who has been in the heat of the night.
That's
okay.
Etta.
Do no research, baby.
You know what? Don't
respect to that queen.
Listen. When you talk about in the heat of the night, you take me back to when I was little and my grandma used to watch it on Channel 7. My grandma used to watch it on Channel 7 back in the day after Matlock. It used to come home right after Matlock and right before Barnaby Jones.
Oh my God! Yes.
My mom has a whole VHS set of that show. She got Dallas, all of that, these huge
All of them.
big
Falcon
guns.
Crest. You know what I'm saying? Barrio Perry
Don't
Mason.
forget Hawaii
All of them.
5
Oh, the old Hawaii 5 not the new one, but
Yeah,
the
the
old
old.
Hawaii
Oh,
5
oh, oh.
Yeah. You got to have parents of a certain age or a grandparent where you know when you go over there, you watching them stories and then you watching these shows right there. I'm trying to tell you what I know.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone, but put some spec on her name.
Elder Mother Karen.
I
Elder
like her
Mother
too. I like her so
Karen.
far. I like her.
So they talk at first and they discuss Ruth being the bride to be, and they have a little small talk or whatever. You could tell Elder Mother Marva don't like Ruth, ain't gonna never like Ruth, ain't trying to like Ruth. She ain't even really trying to fake the funk for y'all. She like, listen, she's a whore and she's not worthy of the highest. She's not
Right.
worthy.
Yeah.
Um,
It could be because the highest maybe not don't want her or don't look at her in that way.
She's
Elder
jealous.
mother
She's
is
definitely jealous.
I think
yeah.
that the highest is out of her age bracket. I think the highest a little too old for what Elder Mother Marva goes for. Elder Mother like the little boys. He like them
But you
youngins.
remember Elder Mother was originally his bather, right? So she was getting her feel on for a long
Mm-hmm.
period of time until Ruth came in and took her place.
Mm-hmm.
So now she don't have that to play around with. Now she definitely going over there messing with the little boys,
And and I think that's part of the reason why her and
yeah,
Daikon don't get along because Daikon never gave her the time of day and told
right,
her where to go and how to get there. And she
right,
probably wanted some pieces of what Daikon got going on, and he was like, "Get your ass away from me."
right. That part.
Right. So her and Elder Mother Karen and Elder Mother Supreme, they talk small talk about Ruth and this, that, and the third. And so Elder Mother Karen leaves, but Ruth is called over there by Elder Mother Supreme. And they just had a little small talk. Now, Elder Mother Supreme, now as we I guess have to call her. I love this conversation where Ruth was like, "Well, you taught me what I know," and she was like, "I ain't taught you everything."
Exactly. Exactly.
Girl, I ain't teach you how to be a whore. Like,
Right.
That's what she said. Pretty much.
she did. I was like, oh, that was funny to me. I like that little exchange. And then when Elder Mother Marva left, River came over and they talked River and Ruth talked about the money, the fact that the money is coming, and so forth. And they also talk about uh to talk to Zayn. I
Right.
just first of all, Ruth, just even how she talks to both River and Joan, she has to know either one, you just can't be talking crazy or any kind of way to people who you supposed to be in cahoots with. Y'all ain't got nobody else around. Y'all, you ain't got nothing to prove. If y'all supposed to be in this thing together to try to, steal money or get out of there or whatever, she be talking real reckless and crazy to both
No,
River and
no,
Jay.
no,
And
no, no. In the beginning, she had to watch her back. Ruth,
but this
she's
ain't the
very smart.
beginning no more. She's in it with
Listen,
them now.
no, listen. If you noticed, this past episode, her and Joan, they had a nice exchange. It was very different, right? You saw the love there. They had a nice exchange. So she's letting her guard down, and she had her guards up for a long time, and she has to be that way. You don't know who to trust. So she's finally letting Joan in a little bit. River, she's letting him in with caution, but she's come a long way. She let her guard down a little bit.
But
I
in my
agree because
mind, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I agree because she could have easily not told Joan that she wasn't pregnant. So that's
Right.
definitely a guard that she absolutely let down. She
Right.
could have just played along with it and I'm just the highest wants the pregnancy test, so on and so forth. But she told her, no, I'm not pregnant. So
The only reason that I'm saying is, in my mind, in the beginning, okay, but once she gets to the point where she decides, okay, we're in this together, and we gonna come up with this plot. If I would feel like, okay, that's the time for me to let my guard down. Otherwise, these people could betray me and backstab me. I'm just that's just how my mind I'm always thinking somebody trying to backstab me anyway. So
Well, I mean, that's what she was thinking, right? You know.
And then she also had a little bit of a mindset of, I don't need you, you need me. So
yeah.
that's how her attitude kind of came out. Look, you need me more than I need you. So, you know, but she slowly letting her guard down. Now, I don't know how much further she's going to let it down. I don't know if she's going to take it to that level with River and be just completely open with River. But so far, she's starting to trust Joan. It's a process with Ruth. You got to think about all the stuff she's been through. So it's all a process. And then she don't know which way the wind of the highest is going to blow. He could be happy one minute, crazy the next. So she just maintaining a little bit of a balance. It might look like attitude, but yeah, it's she's slowly getting there. I don't know how much further she gonna go though.
Listen, Joan, she better than me. Cause baby, let me tell you something. Ruth talked to me crazy like that. Baby, we gonna have words today.
No,
talk about some. Wait till you
Joan
see me.
can dish it out.
Well, wait
love
till you
Joan.
see my hand.
Joan can dish it out. Remember, she walked off and she spelled. I forgot what she spelled.
AWAY.
Yeah, Joan is book smart. Joan can dish it out. Joan can dish it out.
And she was giving River the business. She was calling him all kind of bees and all that stuff. So
yeah, she told River,
she know who's to cross the line with.
Yeah, she told River, get yourself together. Go get yourself together. Take a shower. Do what you need to do. I'll take care of this. I'm gonna take care of that. Don't worry about that. Get yourself together. Let's do this. So Joan don't be doing it. Joan be doing it.
Right,
so
exactly.
Get the highest and Elder Mother talking, and that's what Elder Mother helped them devise this plan to bring in the pregnancy test. Because remember when Elder Mother was talking to Elder Mother Supreme and Elder Mother Karen was talking, Ruth was standing over there to the side, and Elder Mother Karen was like, "Look at that! She had the pregnancy glow," and Elder Mother Supreme looked like, "Girl, that's just the sun." She ain't saying that out loud, but you know, she looked at that bitch like, glow. That bitch ain't pregnant. She was like, that bitch is not pregnant.
Right.
She knew. And you know, older women like that, they know, they could tell if a lady is pregnant or not. You know, they'd be like, it's certain signs. Like my grandma used to say, baby, your nose started to spread. You pregnant? You know them older women, they got them little things they look at me like,
or your chest is getting full or something. Like,
like they know. And she, the Elder Mother Supreme, looked at Ruth and said, that bitch ain't pregnant. I don't buy it. And so that's why she came up with that plan with the highest. Yeah, let's go ahead and get these good pregnancy tests in here. Get these girls together. I was here for Elder Mother. I'm here for Elder Mother because she been getting the short end of the stick. A lady, she been getting the short end of the stick over the last.
Elder Mother, she said 1 minute she's begging Ruth, oh, you're not gonna tell her how is this, right? You're not gonna tell her how is that. But as soon as she's backstabbing. That's what we expect from her. But don't act like she's 100. Okay, you know what I mean? If you 100%, you don't get a day off. Not 99.9% of the time. You supposed to be that bitch 100% of the time, 365.
That's why I don't respect Elder Mother, because if you about that life, you about that life. Like I like the plan, but I don't like none of them. There's only a couple people in the compound. You know, I'm all team Daikon. The rest of them can go to hell in the handbasket.
Okay, but that's for the wrong reasons. First off,
no, it's not for the wrong reasons. To me, Daikon is the one who does all of the heavy lifting in this place.
And
fell apart.
He is cracking under pressure. You saw how
he's cracking under pressure.
Let me finish talking. You saw how Elder Supreme started cracking under pressure. Yet when everything is smooth, a smooth operation, yeah, she can keep it together because she knows what to expect. But when the unexpected happens, she started to fall to pieces. Same thing with Diacon. When unexpected situations happen, Ruth, the highest falling in love with somebody else, he's starting to crack under the pressure and he's starting to get sloppy. Okay.
I'll say like this.
It's got rejection
I'll say like this about Daikon. What ended up happening is, as they're beginning to grow, not only in the people but in the scale of what they do, Daikon doesn't have enough help underneath him in terms of people who he can delegate things to and make sure that things are going. So if I got to be in 13 different places at one time, that's hard for anybody to manage, all of these different things that are going on at one time. Because nobody.
If he stopped trying to get it Andrew Pants, then he wouldn't have to move. He wouldn't have
Boom.
to
Boom.
He's getting Andrew Pants because, hey, watch that. That's because Tyrone ain't giving up the goods. And so that's why he's trying to get rid of it.
Right.
Because Tyrone ain't been giving. Tyrone been trying to throw the D. And Daikon ain't about that life. Daikon trying to blow backs out. And Tyrone ain't into getting his back blown out these days. And so Daikon needs somebody to back to blow out. So hey, here we go.
Yeah, he tried it. Andrew was like, man, this is not.
You know what? That makes sense. Nobody has, I guess, penetrated the highest, but he's always doing the stuff.
Listen, Daikon ain't been getting, I think, watch now, here's my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is Daikon, I do think, has some bisexuality to him, but Ruth was an able body at an able time because he ain't been getting none from his boo thing Tyrone.
That's the reason.
Need a nut.
That's the only reason.
Need to nut.
I don't think she was the only one.
Thank you.
I don't think she was the only one. Did y'all see that attention between him and Joan?
No.
I said that. I said him and Joan, there was something there. Listen, Jeff don't think it was nothing there. I can tell him that last little rub and Joan looked.
Either Joan hasn't had the touch of a man in a very long time, or Daikon recruited her and probably put that thing on him. That's all I can say. It's right. Something.
Daikon put that thigh on Joan. I'm telling you. That thigh.
What's wrong, Jeff?
I'm gonna say this for the last time. I'm gonna say this for the last time only. Joan is not thinking about no Daikon, okay?
That's your last time saying that.
Let me finish for the people in the back, for the girl in the back doing her hair.
I thought you said that was your last time.
What?
I thought you said that was your last time saying
my last speech. Okay. Listen, she is not thinking about no Daikon. When there is millions of money for grab, she's got a plan. She's always nonchalant. When she's in character, she acts loopy and googly eyed with everybody.
She was loopy and googly eyed at the end of that conversation. Baby, he rubbed that shoulder, and baby, she looked down like that coochie got wet. Ask the women on the panel. The women on the panel can tell you.
Joan is a woman. I don't care all the silliness, all the goofiness. She might be book smart, but not street smart. Joan is a woman. And the touch from that man, and Daikon is not a bad looking man. So to be touched, even just by that man, she felt that attention. And
the women gonna tell you.
Yeah,
that's what I know.
Y'all don't know who she's with in that trailer. Okay, they just don't show it. They just don't show it. You don't know who she got on the side. They just don't show it.
At least we know it ain't River.
No,
No, it ain't River.
No, I think River always only have been into men. Because I think he was a male prostitute or something.
Who?
River. Yeah, I think he used to be a male.
That and primarily a con artist.
And a con man, yeah.
Get whatever he want from whoever he want. He knew how to do it.
Right.
Get it how you live. Get it how you live. So meanwhile, back at Daikon's trailer, we got Andrew and Daikon in there.
Get in my bed.
Daikon calls Lynn about coming to the compound. She said, "Listen, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm coming in the morning."
Right.
And then Daikon says, "I still want to fuck you."
Right.
And he said, and Andrew says, "That's not my thing." And so Daikon says, and I quote, "It's all of our thing." Andrew, I was like, oh, but it went back to, and I spoke about this last week. The last thing I wrote is when he said to him, "You're just like the others. Daikon isn't good enough for you." And if you remember last episode, when we had the commentary, I talked about how people can point to it being the whole sex with men thing, but for Daikon, it's a control thing and it's an acceptance thing. And he loves to have control. And right now, he doesn't have any control. Things are spiraling around the compound. He doesn't have control over the highest anymore. He doesn't have control over Ruth anymore. So nothing. So he needs something to where he can wield his power and control. And you can see he wants this acceptance in him. And so sometimes control for some people is equal to acceptance where it may not be. It just may be people fear. It may be fear in people, but some people think that control can be acceptance. And so you see both of those things in Daikon, because there was some real vulnerability there in Daikon that we haven't seen in Daikon. Like that was a side of Daikon that we haven't seen. Even in his worst and most vulnerable, that was a side that we haven't seen, and we got a little bit behind the veil with Daikon. I don't know. What did y'all think?
Daikon does absolutely, in my opinion, have rejection issues.
Mm-hmm.
They need to dive deeper into who Daikon was before he met the highest in prison.
Okay,
And that's
so
why him telling some type of story as to, other than the fact that he killed his girlfriend and with the baby, but go further and to see exactly what it is that he actually dealt with, that he would hate being rejected so much.
so
Like some
you
people can be rejected and just be like, okay, whatever. But Daikon, he's persistent. And as long as you keep rejecting him, I don't know. I think he's getting off on the fact that he's just getting rejected. He could be enjoying that.
you have to go back to seasons 1 and 2 of the Oval when they like have like when his guest appearances from the Oval on their part. He tells like a little briefly how I don't know how he got there, but he did talk about how he had to kill his girlfriend and baby to prove his
I
loyalty to
remember him
them.
saying
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
But in a more current episode, I guess how it's all come together is like when him and Ruth and some others they was escaping and stuff like that. He said, "I used to be part of that cult up there, to be part of that up there and everything." And he mentioned that he had a daughter that was up on the compound. He's
Who's
like,
that?
Daikon. He mentioned that he has a daughter up on the compound and stuff up there. So yeah.
I need that episode.
Yeah, you just gotta go back to him and look. Yeah, because he said I used to be up there. He said I have a daughter that was
And
up
you
there
said that was he said that on the
He
Oval.
was lying. He
on
was
the
lying.
Oval.
He was talking to Barry. I remember what he
Yeah,
said.
Because
he was talking to
when they had
Barry.
Barry in the
And they
band,
snatched Barry
when
up.
they had
Yeah,
Barry in the band,
yeah, and he said
Before they got him in
I
the
used to be a part. I used to be a part of that organization up there, but I think he got kicked out. So at some point in these episodes, he's finna get kicked out and stuff. So something gonna take place.
She referring to when they went to get the money from Barry.
Right.
Snatched
when they
Barry
took
up
Barry
and
into the band.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because somebody asked me what's gonna happen to Tally. I said Tally is dead at this point. Once Tally leaves the compound, we know Tally goes to commit suicide. Ain't no more Tally coming back. We know from the Oval that she committed suicide, and that was in the house over there with Barry mom and dad.
Oh, I think more.
They do have one more portion that they need to share because where did she get the bruises on her face from?
Right, that's what I was. People have a lot of questions. Yeah.
Who
I was-
Tally?
Tally, yeah. Remember when
Remember the bruises came from when Ruth was forced to beat her up. That's what them bruises were.
No, she had.
Well, I know. I think.
If you go back on the oval, when she killed, right before she killed herself, she sat down at the table. She was eating the tomato soup, and if you look at her nose was bloody. She had blood on her lips. So something happened because when she was in the woods, and Daikon was taunting her, she didn't have any blood dripping anywhere. So
well, I think a lot of people have talked about the fact that, and Tyler does this sometimes, where it kind of got beyond where the connection could still be made, because at this point, Tally's not coming back.
No.
So unless something else happens in the interim, when we know it's not going to happen on the oval, because that was season 1, like the second or third episode, or maybe episode 4 of season 1, and we way past that on the oval. So I don't know. I think that's going to be just left out there dangling, because I don't know that we'll ever get any resolution on whether or not, because let's be clear, if Tally comes back to that camp, Tally's not leaving that camp again. Let's be brutally clear.
Right.
So what that means is she's gone. And so I don't think we're ever going to get that storyline too. I think we also got to get to, at some point, the point where Ruth goes to Washington, D.C. Remember, she went to go visit Barry in the hospital, and she told Barry, Mama and Daddy, I want to leave. Get me out of here. I'm trying to leave.
Right.
When are we going to get, because we're not at that point yet in Ruthless yet, but we're past that point in the oval. And I think at a certain point, Tyler just should have just cut it off and not had any more of the cross connection, because I think the oval is getting way too far ahead of Ruthless for Ruthless to actually catch up to where the oval is.
But can I say I have some inside info that they
inside info?
That's a little, I can't say too much, but the oval and Ruthless will cross over again.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Oh, I have no doubt that it will.
Yeah, and it's going to involve Daikon.
So
they got to finish that part out some kind of way.
Yeah, because I'm all team Daikon. So we then get to Malcolm and Lynn. That whole scene, it was disturbing. The whole Malcolm and Lynn scene for me was disturbing. The cocaine, the actress that plays Lynn reminds me of Stevie Baggs, who plays Oliver. I need y'all to do better. Like, we have some good actors and actresses on this show, but Stevie Baggs leaves a lot. Karen Alexander leaves a lot for the imagination in terms of act. Like, his acting has to get better, because it always seems like he's reading his script, his lines. And then the character that plays Lynn, I'd be like, come on now. Like, sometimes it don't seem believable for me with her character, or it's just too, I don't know.
How's the junkie supposed to act?
That part. She played that part.
Having been around a lot of junkies and having stayed across the street from 2 crack houses and having family members that are junkies, they behave much better than that. Let's just be clear. Like, the way they act
when she went to the compound. Yep, she relapsed when she went to that compound, and that's what inspired her to go back to relapse. Yeah,
right. But I feel like I'm team anything Ruthless. Okay, you can talk bad about him, but I'm not trying to hear that. But at the end of the day, given the circumstances, a lot of these cast members, this is some of their first acting roles. So just like Barry. Barry has never had The Oval was his first TV show, other than TT. But
Barry has really, I've seen him evolve. He's gotten over the years much better. Like, I don't know if he went and got some coaching or with it, but he has gotten much better over the course. Now Stevie Baggs, didn't he go on the game with Barry?
Yeah, he's on the game with Barry.
He's on the game with Barry. but I don't
It
know.
just takes more time, more experience. They'll get
Yeah,
better.
but Barry, I've seen that growth in Barry. I really like as an actor. What is his name? Vaughn something. I forgot.
Von
But
Hebron.
he's oh, you know who I met? I met the tell you this, Jeff. You know who I saw last week? We were just talking about him. The guy who plays Yancey.
Who?
The guy who plays Yancey.
The one who died?
The mechanic, yeah. He's a
Zach
Oh,
mechanic.
Braff.
like, when?
I,
When did you
I
meet him?
saw him. I was at an event that they had in Atlanta for the Rainbow Coalition. He was there. He was
You
there, and
did.
I met him. I said, "Hey, you know, I
That's
remember
some
Why
you."
you
nice
ain't take no
music.
pictures?
Huh?
Why you ain't take no pictures?
I don't take pictures of anything.
Oh,
Look at my
you
picture.
man. We
I
gonna talk
will.
later. We gonna talk later.
I
But he
don't take
has some
pictures.
good music. He has some good music too.
I
If
didn't
you,
know he did music.
yeah,
I didn't know he was part of the coalition.
Wow, me either.
what
Um,
his in music name or whatever you want to call it, his that is under festival on Instagram, and he has a lot of nice music. I think people will actually like it. So
okay.
I'm an addict,
So,
so I follow all of them.
but yeah, I meant to tell you that too. I meant to call you and tell you that. But I went to an event this week and had a good time, and he was there with other people there. I'm like, hey, so
Oh, that was the
um,
one you told me about that you drove to, and it was the following day.
yes, yes, yeah,
Oh, they had some good snacks, some food.
yeah, they did. My fat ass, I needed it. But he was there. We had a good time. We had a good time. Um, where am I at? Okay, so Malcolm and Lynn had this whole conversation. They doing drugs. They banging each other out. Lynn says, he says, who was that? Oh, I'm supposed to go to this cult. I found this cult. He's like, oh, the Rakadushi. Yeah, the Rakadushi. Why don't I take you? Why don't you take me with you since they got the good drugs? Since I want some too. Oh, Andrew there. Oh, why don't we go and fuck with him? You trying to lose your job? No, I just want to fuck with him. And and that was that scene. I just, like we said earlier, I just can't understand Malcolm's line of thinking with you. It's just not adding up, Malcolm. You're a
Mm-hmm.
whole FBI agent, and you're just around
Mm-hmm.
here, perhaps messing up entire, you
I'm
know,
saying, and that's Mac, the top tier. Mac is very loose and lax, so he can get away with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can get
Yep,
away with it.
yep,
Yep.
yeah. Mac is absolutely not doing his job.
and the other part, but see, the part about it is to me, and you know this, Malcolm, doing something like this could jeopardize the safety of those agents there. Now, bear in mind, he don't give a shit about Andrew, as we can see. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess it makes sense that if Andrew dies, he don't give a shit. He like,
Exactly.
well, oh well, casualties are inevitable. You cannot make an omelet without breaking an egg. Every cook will tell you that, right, Joe?
Right.
But he doesn't know that Brian is there. And
That he does
he
not
really
know.
could care less about Brian either because of the fact he's
He's
messing with his
fucking
woman.
Brian's wife.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, he don't care
So
about nobody.
drugs and a stupid mind will make you do anything. At
Mm-hmm.
this point,
And
in
my thing,
actuality, FBI agents fuck up too. They
yeah,
not perfect,
but
you know.
doesn't Mac knows that he's on the drugs or whatnot, or did he not?
Apparently they're not drug testing. Apparently they're not
I
drug
don't
testing.
think Mac knows.
I don't think Mac knows. I don't think Mac saw him. I think Mac just knows he's fucking everybody's.
Wife.
Because I
But
thought Mac suspended him. Did
that's
Mac
what I was about
suspend
to
him?
say. Wasn't he suspended?
Yeah, I thought Mac suspended him.
He did and came back to work the same day and came back to work.
Yeah, I thought Mac had suspended him.
A
So
mess.
and then he was also supposed to get Sarah out of that house. And
But
Mac said, I'm gonna take her. Then Malcolm said, no, I'll take her, or let me just talk to her. And Mac sitting out in the car and Malcolm's still in the house. Nobody takes Sarah from the house.
well, Malcolm brought her back to the house and told her that you can stay in your house. You okay? You safe. Andrew just lying, and that's why she came back to that house.
No, well, that part, but he actually said, here's the coat, here's the wig that you're supposed to put on. We're gonna sneak out the back door.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously, according to the conversation between him and Lynn in the bed, Sarah kicked him out the house.
Sarah kicked him out the house. Sure
he
did.
went over to the hotel with Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
At some point.
Oh,
yeah, he did say Sarah kicked him out. He sure did. So, wait, no, I thought he said Cynthia kicked him out.
Nope, because after that, he said,
yeah, I thought it was Cynthia kicked him out the house.
He said she's dumb too. When Lynn said, "Don't talk about my cousin," she said she's dumb too. So it was two different she's that he was talking about.
Okay.
That part I'm comfortable with.
Are we ever gonna find out what's happening with Sarah and or Cynthia?
Sarah dead.
I thought that was staged.
Sarah was killed by Oliver. Oliver went back.
Remember when what's
remember
that?
I remember that, but I thought that was like staged or fake or whatever.
He
it was.
He killed her,
but remember what's that guy that Oliver killed in the trailer? He found out that Andrew's wife was still alive and it was fake and staged and stuff.
Oh, the guy with the blonde hair, the light skinned dude, the elder mother tried to
yes. What was his name?
What was his name? Because he's not on the show anymore. Didn't he get killed at the end of last season?
Yeah, he got killed. He got killed.
Right?
Talking about Clark.
Clark
didn't absolutely know if she was dead or not. So he sent Oliver to her house to see if she was dead or to see if anybody was there. So Oliver went into the house. She was in the shower. He shot and killed her. He knew exactly who he was going to kill because
they had the pictures.
Mm-hmm. So and then he went back, told Andrew, "Hey, you need to tell me who you really are." Andrew was like, "What do you mean? You supposed to kill your wife? I killed my wife." Oliver, "No, you didn't kill your wife. I killed your wife and threw her in the dam somewhere." The fact that nobody was at that house with her. She was supposed to be with Malcolm. Nobody was at the house.
Yeah, but she was left by herself.
Yeah.
So they don't even know that she's dead. They don't even know that she's dead right now.
No, only Andrew.
She wasn't supposed to be there at all because she's supposed to have left. Malcolm brought her back to you be safe in your own house.
If you don't give it. No, don't they have a son?
Yeah, and the son wasn't there.
Where's the son?
The son wasn't there. He was Andrew, because Andrew asked Oliver, "What about my son?" He said he wasn't there. She was there alone.
Yeah, because I know they had a son. I don't know.
Keith, I know the names. I'm sorry.
So then we get to Ruth and Zayn. Ruth steps to Zayn and they start talking because she stops her from going into the punishment trailer to go help out Lacey and Oliver.
Bringing them food. Yeah.
Bringing them food. And Zayn, I'm with Ruth. Zayn, you're doing a lot. You're doing way too much. Now, you know good and damn well, you just wide ass open, just going into the punishment trailer, just bringing people food. You need to get your life in order, Zayn, because you're going to find your ass. I feel like to a certain degree, she kind of wants to get caught so she could end up in the punishment trailer with them because she's just too loosey-goosey with, I'm just going here and bring them. So I'm just, girl, like, are you just trying to get punished and put in the punishment trailer?
She's done it before, right?
She might be doing it so that way she can escape Manny from messing with her. Because Manny gonna try to get her every opportunity he see her when she's by herself.
And like I said last episode, Tyler, and I know you probably don't watch these, Tyler, but if you ever see this, I don't need any more scenes of Zayn getting raped. The first time was enough. That second time was just too much for me. I don't need.
Right.
I just don't need any more.
What about everybody else getting raped? You fine with that?
Who else got raped?
River.
The one I know was Ruth. By the way,
I think River is into that BDSM.
You could consider rape the way he treats River.
River's into that BDSM life. But,
Ruth was the first one that we saw, and then the boy William. It's a lot. It's
a lot of rape going on. Can we just allude to rape? I mean, you can give me prosthetic peens, but I don't need no more rape.
Yeah.
So But then Ruth, like we said earlier, Ruth asks her, "Hey, I talked to River. He said, you know, you was kind of not doing okay. You all right, girl? You all right? I'm fine. Everything all right. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. Hello." And I was like, now Zayn was at the thing where it was announced that Ruth was the bride. So I don't know why Ruth asks her that. But knowing Ruth's power now and the close, because Ruth even says, "Do you see how close I am to the highest? I can make things happen." I think to a certain degree, Zayn still may be waning on whether or not she believes that. But I think Zayn is going to get to the point where she does believe that she's going to have to tell Ruth what's going on with Manny.
Right. Because he's not going to stop.
Yeah, Manny ain't gonna stop. He's out. That's why I say, Manny is out of order and out of control, and I don't put it past Manny to try Ruth. I don't put it past him. He's out of order.
Yeah, but he's not the only one. I mean, he's not the only out of order one.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's the only out of order one, but I don't put it past him to try Ruth.
He's not. No, sir. Not gonna happen.
These latest episodes are revealing a lot about everybody on this Rockadushi compound. We also know that there are some other characters we have yet to see. So who knows how much darker, who knows how much darker Tyler Perry can go.
And clearly we're going to eventually find out what's happening to Paula, because they still got Paula in the opening credits. Paula is still in the opening credits.
Yep.
So some kind of way she ain't there. She's still driving that car with one arm, even though her other arm shouldn't even be attached to her body after you got shot by a shotgun.
Well, we all know she gonna probably be by the bullets or something, and she'd have made her safety. But I'm looking forward to the day to when the cartel comes up there looking for Lilo, and why come their money ain't being moved? You know, they gonna roll up in there like 4 cars deep.
Well, we found out that Lilo is in cahoots with the United States Senate.
Yeah, he's a senator's son.
Yeah, and he's that's where these girls are going to get, to go to sex parties and get gang raped by senators and stuff like that. That's why it makes sense what Jeff is saying about Mac being in cahoots with this and being okay. And
unless he don't know,
it's a whole cover up. But what I'm saying is, it could be a whole cover up, because that way, if somebody tries to complain to law enforcement, they already got somebody on the inside, and they got it at Mac's level where Mac can kind of buffer that and not let it get to where it stops.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He could absolutely put a stop to all of it. Mm-hmm. And just like Brian said, when they were in the punishment trailer, they knew about Lilo. They already knew that Lilo was in connection some kind of way. So they don't just want the highest, they want an even higher level. In the meantime, people got to suffer because they want somebody higher than where they at.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Including you, Brian. Now you're pinkyless.
We can get that soul back on.
Oh man!
Shut all this down. All I gotta do is send in. What's his Max and Bobby from the Oval. They shut the whole camp down.
Oh yeah, Max and Bobby.
Yeah, let's send them in.
Max is itching to kill anything and anybody. He's still.
Now remember at the Oval, he wasn't walking and came across their compound. That's when he said when they questioned him and everything. What was he doing up there? And
the fact that they won't let him kill Kyle, he's trying to kill it. He's thirsting for blood. That man's gonna kill Kyle. If it's the last thing he do, he's gonna get him some parts of Kyle.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there, after Ruth talks to Zayn, we see her go and talk to the highest. The highest is out there, and he sees Ruth and says, "Come here, Ruth." And that's when he asks her, "Hey, are you okay with me having River over here?" Like she was gonna say no.
Right. She really could care less, because that's one less thing she got to deal with for that night.
Right. Like, okay. And so then he tells her about the pregnancy test. And he puts her in charge of it. Said, "Listen, I want you to be in charge of making sure that the women get tested once a month, get one pregnancy test a month. But he sure let her know, boo boo, we started off with you.
Yep. Yep.
Get your life in order.
Right.
Figure it out. Whatever you need
You saw
to
how
do.
pale you saw how pale she looked when she
She
came out
did.
that punishment. I mean, out her trailer that morning. She looked
Mm-hmm.
like she didn't sleep at all. She looked like she went through it.
Because she
Mhm.
knew. She knew. She knew full well. And that next morning, we found out that the turkey had been wrapped up and the turkey was stuffed the night before. Tyrone had spent the night stuffing the turkey that he had tied up.
Right.
I am so sick of him. I am so sick of him.
Now, to be honest, I don't really feel bad for River. I really don't. I don't have sympathy for River. I really don't. I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I know I'm supposed to, but I just don't.
I
I'll
think
be
he
looking at
brings them
River
on
like,
himself. Yeah.
I'll be looking at River like, girl, get your life in order. You'll be all right. Because he be walking around all gingerly. I don't know how. He goes to Joan and said, I don't know how much you just, I can take. You better make this, you better
You
hurry
let
up and
somebody
make this
stick a
happen.
stick or a candle up your behind and see how good you feel that day. I'm just saying. In defense of River.
I might like it for all you know.
Okay.
You see them candles? You see the size of those candles? So never mind. I don't even want to get into that. But
I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what they got going on. Because he was like, he was violent. What does that mean? Was he beating you up? Was he fisting you or something? Like, what is happening?
some of everything.
And then, if he was that violent to you, you sure sat down real nice and hard. You know, if he was really like throttling you from the
You
back
ain't see him
end.
holding his. You ain't see him
No,
holding
no,
his
no.
behind
He
when he
sat
was
right on the.
get the Joan.
I know the sit down of somebody who's had their whole world rocked in that area. You don't sit down like that, boo. No, God. That's not how you
Right.
sit down.
You
Baby,
use
you
one
ease
heel
on down.
and the
Baby, you do that ease down like, and you take a deep breath, you go, but you got to exhale the whole way down. And when he
Mhm.
just flopped down there, I was like,
I think
River.
River gonna end up poisoning the highest. He gonna do
You think
something to him.
so?
He gonna do something to him.
I think Ruth gonna take him out. I think Ruth gonna be the one to take him out.
But he
I could see
he
either
wants
one.
River more than he wants Ruth.
Right.
So we'll see. But somebody needs to because he just doing too much.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
way
once they get rid of the highest, that whole camp will be dissolved because Daikon ain't gonna know what to do unless the highest command something.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Ties behind up and put him in the punishment trailer for a day or two. Or the cooler. I'm sick of him.
I still am trying to figure out how he got frostbitten and this cooler wasn't plugged into nothing. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
No.
Because it wasn't plugged into nothing.
Listen, they had me arguing with people telling everybody he was oxygen deprived. The freaking freezer was on. He come out with frostbite. I'm arguing with people. No, you wrong. Got me looking all crazy. Yeah, Tyler Perry,
And
you
the
got
thing about it is, Tyler, do better with the makeup because when you get frostbitten, your toes don't turn brown, they turn black. That's the symptoms of frostbite. They start to turn black. They wouldn't be turning brown like that. But anyway, that's a whole other story, minor details.
it was setting in.
River talks to Joan, and that's when he tells her, you need to make this hurry up. You need but River, what you're saying doesn't make sense because in order to truly get the money, Joan can't be, she told you from the beginning, I can't just nilly-willy be saying, oh, I'm just to pull money out real fast. There's a process to this. Bruh, get your life in order, take it like a man, and keep it the fuck moving. Eyes on the prize. Eyes on the goddamn prize. Joan is doing her part. You can't be telling her, you need to hurry up. It's a process. It's
Right.
a whole process in getting
Yeah, so
that
she
type
start
of money.
pulling money, they gonna start noticing things.
And they
Right,
got to
and she told him that.
get more money in order to be able to steal it. So now they're waiting on the cash. But what man would take what River I'm in the fence of River, y'all. Sorry. What man you know will take the punishment?
A whole lot. There's a whole segment of the population that's into that whole BDSM stuff. And I think River is a part of it.
2 days later, hey, give the man time to close up some.
Give him a chance to heal. He needs a chance to heal. Heal. So then River says to her, listen, I need you to help me. How you need me to help you? He wants breakfast from Elder Mother. He wants Ruth to come bathe him. Okay, girl, I got you. I'll go take care of that. You just go get your life in order. Go detox. Go take a, well, they ain't got nowhere to take a goddamn bath. They just got showered. So do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to go. You better go take one of the baths Ruth be taking with all of the, botanicals and stuff.
Right.
Obviously, if somebody take a bath because Ruth be taking her bath. So anyway, Joan goes over to Elder Mother Supreme and tells her, listen, the highest needs is breakfast. And then she tells Ruth the highest wants to see her. And Elder Mother tells him, yeah, tell the boys to go get his water ready. Tell the boys so they could be, the pregame for the bath. So he have a real reason to take a bath because he might need his morning, morning wood taken care of. So have the little boys going over
there. Listen, top shelf cook, Elder Mother, Supreme Mother Marva is ready to cook again.
Okay.
That's all
I thought she have to do that. No, he did say all she has to do is cook for me. He did say that. That's all she have to do for me now is cook.
Right.
So then Joan and Ruth talk. So Joan and Ruth had this conversation, and like y'all said, Ruth kind of, easing up on Joan. She tells her, hey, all about the pregnancy test stuff. She said, I think it's Elder Mother, that bitch over there. She got that in his mind. She does, listen, I'm supposed to be pregnant. Are you pregnant? No, I'm not.
And I hope Joan don't try to use that against her later on.
I doubt it.
I don't think Joan got them kind of balls. Joan don't got that in her.
She's gonna tell River, and River might try and use it as a backup plan, like some leverage. If we need it, he gonna save it. But Joan is like, she probably gonna tell River like, wow, da 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 da.
I can see that, but I don't see Joan doing it.
Yeah.
She ain't about that life. And so that was that. And so the last thing we have, the dum 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 scene. You got Daikon and Andrew over there in the pavilion talking. Manny bring his trifling stinking ass over there. Oh, you have somebody waiting for you at the gate. A woman's for you at the gate. We find out that it's Lynn. Daikon was already expecting Lynn, but then he says, oh, there's a dude too. What's his name? He ain't really say his name. They roll up on him, and who is it? Lynn with Malcolm. Malcolm rolls up in on Andrew and starts smiling from ear to ear like, bitch, I got you. Andrew stayed. Andrew is my dog. Andrew stayed cool and said, all right, nigga, I got you. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not cracking, but please know we're gonna crack that back of yours. We're gonna blow that back out. Listen, would I tell you, Andrew about to have that young man set up to get his back blown out? I mean, oh, you want to fuck my wife? Oh, you want to fuck my wife? All right, bitch. I'm going to make sure you get fucked. You don't even know what you signed up for. I think that's what's going to happen.
But they're both under speculation anyway, because you already know the conversation that they had with Brian. They discovered that was his wife. Lynn was his wife, and they asked, is she FBI? And then with her walking up there with a dude, that's even more like, she said she was coming. She didn't say she was bringing anybody.
Right.
So that's going to open up even more curiosity as to who Malcolm actually is.
Right.
Daikon like the high yellows, the light skin type. You see, like the highest, he like Andrew. Baby, he gonna get a load of Malcolm.
I ain't ready. I ain't ready. Because I love Anthony Bliss. I am not ready.
Baby,
Right.
that
You could
road.
have played out like I just made sure she got up here.
Huh? What? I know he's going to that cooler. I just don't anything further. I don't know.
You know what? The whole time I've been thinking to myself, I thought at some point Daikon was gonna try River, and he hasn't to this point. I don't know if he did in the past, but I thought Daikon was gonna, say River, get your ass over here and let me, knock the walls down and call you Jericho.
Daikon
But
don't like little boys.
huh?
He doesn't like little boys. He like men
Yeah, he
and
do. Now
youth.
that's true. Daikon like men. He like grown ass men.
Right.
I think it's a control issue too. Like we said, he likes to have that type of control and stuff like that. So I think that's it too.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the whole episode. Like we said, we had a lot to talk about, even with it being like a filler episode, but it still was a lot. We got a lot of answers and a lot more questions
Yes.
about that, we need to have answer. I think I didn't see the trailer. Anybody saw the trailer yet for episode 7?
Do they ever give
No.
a because
I ain't seen no trailer. I don't know if there is a trailer.
last episode
I think it's titled Strangers, episode
But I
7.
feel like we're gonna get an update on Paula. I think it's about time because we don't know it's since what episode 4? We haven't seen Paula since maybe episode 4, I think.
Right.
or yeah.
So I think it's about time for us to get an update on what's going on with Paula. So I do think we're going to get an update on her. We might get. Are we ever gonna get any information about Cynthia or Mac and stuff like that? Because at some point the Lilo situation does have to come back to the forefront, and we do need to find out about what's going on with that. What question? What are your predictions for episode 7?
I don't know. I don't have any predictions yet because none of mine have come true. You're right. None of mine come true yet, so I really don't have any that I can think of yet. Come back to me. Do the cycle, and I'm gonna think of one.
Predictions for episode 7.
Okay. Bobby and Whitney, rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Bobby and Whitney walk into the gate.
Bobby and Whitney.
And I love Bobby, but y'all know how they were acting back in the day.
Welcome to the gate.
Like on the show Be a Bobby Brown. I'm not doing this today.
So I honestly, just like at this time, I don't have any predictions of the next episode. Only thing I can speculate, like I said earlier, was Ruth may possibly switch out pregnancy test with Zayn. At some point, that would be revealed. That's the
Ruth knows that she's pregnant.
No, but remember when Ruth punished her, Ruth asked her, she tried to give her something for the pain, and Zayn said she couldn't take it. Just go back to the episode where Zayn she got and she said she tries to give her a pill because Ruth is the pill carrier, but she told her she couldn't take it. What other reason? That's always speculation.
So you think that she's gonna switch the test with Zayn?
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Either Zayn or somebody else in the compound that's pregnant. It's a whole lot of fucking that's going on in the compound.
Right. Yeah.
A whole lot. I keep saying it's going to come to a head with the information that Ruth got from Elder Mother Karen. The fact that Elder Mother Karen told her that I have the key to the kids' trailer is going to come back to, I think it was very strategic that they let Ruth know that Elder Mother Karen has the keys to that trailer. And Elder Mother Karen seems to like Ruth. And so I think that may play a part in her letting her guard down or trusting Ruth when she probably shouldn't.
I don't think she's gonna trust or like her enough to give her access to those kids though. Cause she's straight got hard about that kid's trailer. Like, what you doing over here? You know, she soon as
no, I don't think
in,
she's gonna willingly do it. I think she's gonna let her go somewhere, and Ruth is gonna come up on the kids, maybe let her in her room or in her trailer, and then Ruth will end up, you know what I'm saying, finding.
I got you. She gonna pull a switcheroo. Get those kids some kind of way too. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Jeanette, you got any predictions?
Other than I believe someone's going to come up there looking for Lilo and for some answers. Besides the two, Bobby and Whitney coming to the compound, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. Somebody's missing somebody. It's gonna be somebody come up there. But when I looked ahead, it's other characters gonna be introduced to the show coming up there.
And I wonder if Matt is truly in cahoots with everybody. Matt at some point should start to ask what the fuck is Lilo, because Lilo's a whole ass parole officer. He's a parole officer. He got to go to work.
Right. Well, see, Magnum is FBI and parole. I think they like state level, and and see, federal is different.
What I'm saying is, if Magnum knows that he's there, and Lilo ain't been to work, and God knows how long at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Somebody's gonna be looking for him.
Because the parole people, the people who on parole, they probably showing up to the parole office looking to check in, and Lilo ain't there.
He ain't checked in, so that's why I say it's gonna be some new characters come there looking probably for Lilo, because but he came here to check on his parolee or what's going on. Something.
Right. Between the government and the cartel, somebody's gonna come looking for Lilo.
Now the good thing for the for them is Lilo's car ain't there no more. Lilo's body ain't there. So they have plausible deniability in saying he left here. We ain't seen him since he left.
Well, his car was overheated on the side of the road somewhere.
Right, his car over on the side of the road. What did they do with the body?
It's still in the trunk.
It's still in the trunk.
Remember, Oliver and Lacey the car overheated. They didn't even. I don't think they knew the body was in the trunk. They just knew Lilo. Well, Oliver did.
Yeah, remember Oliver put the body in the trunk.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all.
But the Hayes already said that he was gonna accuse Lilo of stealing the money. So I think he told somebody to get rid of the car. I thought
he told Andrew to get rid of the car.
Okay.
But that's when they hijacked and took off in the car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was episode 6, y'all. Listen, y'all have been great. Y'all are a great panel. I need to have y'all more often. Y'all realize it. Got it going on. We'll be back, people.
I want more people to join us too.
Y'all ask good questions. Y'all have great commentary and all of that stuff. So listen, Jeff, can you make sure that Tika gets the link for the live, so she can post the link for her people, and people add your comments.
Did I give it to you?
Yeah, you gave it to me. I've been posting it all day, so and
boom.
I'm keep posting.
So make sure
he took care of me.
Make sure y'all add comments to the comment section, ask questions or things y'all want us to address next time. We'll be right back, same time, same place, next week, to talk more about I almost said the Oval, Ruthless. Y'all hold tight. We're going backstage for the after party. Until next time, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal president and actor. Thank you for doing what you do. Thanks for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. We love y'all. We'll be back next week. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. Y'all hold tight. We're going backstage for a second. Y'all hold tight.